All right, Ancient on deck, and I am very curious to see this this Ancient come through for the Gaimin Gladiators. So, how was the T side, John? How was the T side last time you watched it?
It was actually pretty good as well. They were solid on both sides. They picked up quite a few rounds on their T side. I can't remember exactly how many, but they really brought it to Team One.
Okay.
It was very difficult for Team One to hang on their CT side, and that was part of the reason why Gaimin Gladiators won that one 16-11.
Certainly, if you can convert here in the early rounds, it is a big boon, a blessing. chelo dancing around the pillar. He's down for the count. Turtle followed. Woody will try and give them a little bit of an inroads to get back to this round, but he's going to need his teammates to deliver. He's ahead of that flashbang. Woody's hitting right now. He that form, but the bomb's ticking away, and as he tries to get forward to get the kit, he'll be dropped. Now this is looking pretty darn tricky for exit. And he will start to make a bit of a move on in. Cynic shuts it down. Comfortable win there for the Gaimin Gladiators. Nice early pistol round.
Yeah, it's a lot of that aggression. You're going to see it. Very quick hits, very little hesitation. The B site was taken before MIBR could even realize what was happening. And Gaimin Gladiators getting that first round on the board. And it's very important to get as many T-side rounds in your favor as early as possible on a map like Ancient, because it's not easy to find them. 140 on the clock here. Gaimin Gladiators investing into 3 rifles, a MAC-10, and the UMP. Over on MIBR, they're forcing up into 2 Deagles, P250, 5.7, and the Scout. And that 5.7 will get dropped here by George's UMP. Likely going to upgrade his pistol. And that's some good space gained by the Gaimin Gladiators, and it looks like they're favoring this A site.
I mean, why not at this point, right? You got a player all the way up through mid and towards the red room. You've got control of Donut. You've got the presence in A main. Got a barrel on into one last guy, and as Turtle goes down, that should realistically mean the end of this round. This might even just turn into a save. Yota really wants to go for something else here. He wants to get something, anything, and well, as he gets just pushed through the smoke. With Carson's new name, it's Bell now. Bell of the ball. And that bomb's going down.
2 princess names. Daisy from Super Mario Brothers and Belle from Disney.
There's no E on the end of it, though.
I know, but it's still. I feel it's appropriate enough.
It is making me giggle, and that's what matters.
Exactly. But yeah, Gaimin Gladiators pretty convincing there. MIBR not able to do anything. And going to be a clean sweep for them. They'll carry over all their guns into this next round. And MIBR will still have a Scout and a Deagle at the very least, but everyone else likely going to stick with their default pistols, maybe enough to invest in some P250s. That would not necessarily surprise me to give them a little bit more of a chance, but likely no armor at all. And yeah, you're going to see Jota upgrade to 1. And I think Turtle wants to go for that save. So it's only 1. Nope. They are going to get a CZ and another P250. All right, so they did do as I predicted. Woody going to be jumping down in towards Donut. He's got exit with him, and I think that Molotov will audio cue to the Gaimin Gladiators, who charge right into Jaguar, taking that space. Turtle's around the corner, and we'll get 1 over on Carson, but he's going to be able to get that.
This could actually get kind of interesting. P250 and the CZ, there is some chance to do damage as these players initially come around the corner, and it seems like the Gaimin Gladiators really do want to commit on in, though. George deals with it easily. Jumping on through. He's an acrobat. And at this point now, it's not going to work. Really, the crossfire was the only part of that made things interesting, and yeah, they're going to back away. They're going to see, try and keep a little of the shot alive, and that's going to be challenging as Jazz Pimp finds a Scout in towards mid. They want to chase down Jazz, and well, he's doing a good job of keeping that from happening.
Yeah, Jazz gonna take care of business, and Cynic gets the last one. Speaking of Jazz Pimp, last time they were here on Ancient, he was the top frag and top ADR player, 26-20 and a 99.1 ADR in that win over Team 1. So definitely a player to keep an eye on here. As Gaimin Gladiators, 3 rounds T-side. I mean, typically, some teams will only get 4 on their T-side, so Gaimin Gladiators only 1 away from that. I should clarify, on Ancient, not in general.
Yeah.
Because,
bit of a different ballgame there.
Oh, yeah.
Guns are out, though. Speaking of different ball games, this certainly does make one, but control they've already gone on towards A.
Smokes are just so good.
As well, that bomb's now down. You can play the post. You've got full control of A main as well. There's no one wrapped around. And MIBR have been a little bit late to rotate, maybe suspecting a bit of a fake, but it's not to be. Now they'll have to group, and it's a really tough retake.
I mean,
he's got one. Not quite found. He takes two. What a way to finish your mood. And now Carson's caught out in the open. And while that kill does come through, certainly that should allow the opportunity to kick the door for his team to follow, and they're going to do exactly that. It's all on to Carson. He's been spotted as well. His position is known. He's just trying to keep the player off the team. Nothing of the sort. He's down for the count. They don't have time. They don't have time.
I don't think...
Oh, my goodness.
Just barely enough time to get that defusal, but they only had 2 players surviving out of that round. It really hits their economy hard. So an expensive round victory coming through for MIBR. But what did I tell you, Mike? Gaimin Gladiators very dynamic here on Ancient and not wasting any time. Their utility is solid. Both smokes coming through, blocking off all visibility from MIBR, and they immediately pop into the site. Oftentimes you'll see a lot of a slower type of style of play on the T side for a lot of teams on Ancient, but Gaimin Gladiators, anything but. They're always trying to gain that early space. Now they're going to slow up a little bit because some good utility coming on their way from MIBR. That Molotov in particular, for moving into Snake, and then a nade flies through, but that doesn't connect on anyone. Chelo pushes up aggressively into Snake and takes down Classia. So that will give the man edge. Jasmine's waiting for the push, and he does find that trade.
Turtle couldn't resist. The siren song of one more frag. Map control, and now Jasmine's doing a great job of holding this presence, right? They're focused so heavily on this side of the map. They've got no presence actually in towards A, so George has just been able to walk out. He's been boosted up as well, so now he's got the spot. Now, while Eggs is going to try and re-rally on towards the plane towards the catacombs, he's going to get himself his first kill. I was going to say he's been having a tough time of it anchoring this side of the map. It's a tricky roll, but this time he gets one. Give him the advantage back, and
he left.
He left. He completely gave it up. All of the information. They're going to play retake here on A. And at this point, having cleared out all of the ground around B main, they realize, hey, probably an A take.
I'm not sure they're going to get the plant here. They really stalled out for a long time to the Gaimin Gladiators, expecting someone to be in donut. Exit does drop another one here. 2-man edge. Looking to support Cynic on the bomb plant, and he is going to stick it to dirt. Jota finds Jasmine. It is going to be a 1v4 for Cynic, and now a 4v none. Cynic is dropped. It will be another refusal for MIBR, but at the very least, Gaimin Gladiators find themselves another bomb plant.
Really nice round from Exit. I mean, we were talking about it. He's playing very far off from the site, right? Holding it with tongs, if you will. And it turned out that was a good call because the site got pretty dang hot, and he was still able to get 2 kills and set up his team beautifully for the retake. Yes, they couldn't deny the bomb plant. That is a little bit of a blunder, perhaps, but it's certainly one they're comfortable taking, considering they get through that with 4 alive.
No, that's a much better result for them in terms of manpower left standing in the second round on the board. That said, the Gaimin Gladiators, with that bomb plant, are still able to afford AKs across the board and almost full utility, pretty much, in fact. Jasmine's going to charge out towards mid and take that control. Smokes were thrown, I believe, by Gaimin Gladiators for that mid push. Yep, absolutely. Molotov going to get tossed into Red Room. Jaspim staring down towards Snake, and that smoke was thrown by Chelo. He's just trying to wall himself up here and prevent Gaimin Gladiators from getting visibility on his position. They're hovering around, though. And now he's backing off of it, so he's giving up his space. Going into those caves, George engaging in a fight towards mid, gets taken down to 48. He really can't dole out any damage to Woody, and Woody, despite the fact he was flashbanged, peeks around, gets one, and Chelo also flashbanged, drops Jaspin 5v3 just like that.
They're literally just blind firing these angles, expecting the players to flood in after the flashbang. They're absolutely correct. They've got a feel for the timing here. And now this chase for Cynic, this is going to be critical. They have to do it. He tries to go ahead of the utility, and it doesn't work. Chelo rings his bell, and this round is over. There's just nothing doing. Carson soon to follow, and it's clean for MIBR. So the guns have come out, and they've chained together 3 rounds in a row. And this round, they keep 5 alive. Last round, they keep 4 alive. Their pockets are swelling now. The cash is flowing in, and MIBR are making bank.
Yeah, and you see that quick style of play, it works, right, for the Gaimin Gladiators against teams that might not be prepared for it. But with MIBR, they've adapted extremely quickly. They're saying, okay, they're going to go for these pushes right off their utility. And despite the flashbangs blinding 2 players, MIBR were ready for exactly that. The push is coming forward, get 2 frags off of it. Look at the push come through again. Jota gets a 2K. He does lose Chelo in the process, but this pistol round went from potentially interesting to being neutered quite quickly on the Gaimin Gladiators side. That said, Cynic, and he does very cleanly. George, last one standing, 4v1.
Tech 9, 4K clutch. Nope. Not today. That's all I had to say about that round.
Well, there wasn't much.
There wasn't much. There wasn't much. The guns are back out here, though, and for the Gaimin Gladiators, obviously, having toppled 4 rounds in a row, we've seen what a momentum team they can be over on Dust 2. They'd like to get a little bit of that back. It's so brutally hard to get T rounds on this map. And look at that, in towards mid. Woody's found one. He has a pretty good idea. There's a player stuck in the corner. Jota, ready to finish this off, but I think Jasmine's gone forward. Ooh, he might have a cheeky spot.
He does.
I don't think they're looking for him. This could be a freebie. He's so slow. Someone looks in his general direction with too mean a glare, he might topple over. But if he stays alive here for long enough, 1 kill would sow complete chaos and discord in their ranks. And Jota is going to get it. That's a freebie. Well done for Jazzpimp, considering the health he's had to work with. Not going to make it much longer, but he sets up his teammate for the trade. The problem is, everybody else dies at the same time.
Yeah, I remember I just collapsed. I think most of the action happening at Snake, and Woody gets the last one on to Cynic. MIBR, after a 3-0 lead for the Gaimin Gladiators, get 5 of their own in a row, and they've really shut down even the full-on rifle buy-ups here for Gaimin Gladiators, who are on another half buy. It's going to be Tech 9's. Oh, maybe not, a little more of a heavy investment for Jasmine because they have that full loss bonus, right? He's going to go into the Galil. Everyone else, though, on to pistols. And looks like they're going to send 3 players towards the B site. A couple of them lurking around at jungle and also A main. But, Gaimin Gladiators trying to slow down the pace of play, which obviously is not what they want to do. They prefer that faster clip to their play style, and Jota is going to get the opening frag over on Classia.
He's the faster clip right now. For sure. And look at this. Is MIBR going to get bold in towards elbow? Kind of look like they want it. Would he? I don't know if this is the antidote here. What's he going to do? It's also really interesting that they're not playing with the AWP at all on the CT side, considering the money they got. Certainly is an option. And they don't want it. Woody, you see that kind of play is exactly why. That kind of mobility isn't afforded to you with an AWP necessarily, so another big kill comes their way.
There's so much ground to cover on Ancient that I don't necessarily mind them not going for the op. Oh, yeah, they got the bomb dropped at their feet. Exit, getting Cynic, George, along with Carson. They're just going to get spammed through the smoke more than likely. Yeah, there goes George. Carson trying to connect on something, but it's so dangerous in the situation. 1v5, he's going to get flanked out. That will be that. MIBR 6 in a row now.
So back to your point about the op.
Yeah. No, I think, did you want me to finish my thought?
Yeah. I was going to say finish your thought.
Sure.
Usually I'm the one cutting you off, so I figured I'd let you back in.
Sure, yeah. No, I honestly, you've got so much ground to cover here on Ancient that you're going to be moving around more often than not, and especially on those rotations. So having rifles across the board isn't necessarily a bad idea. That said, the option can be posted up. You can have one at Long B, have one in Red Room. Oh, goodness, what a shot from Turtle. Classia just gets deleted. But yeah, there are less opportunities on CP side for that op to come into play. So yeah, go for the rifles if it's working.
Cynic's broken out that AWP. But Well, Jasmine has been lost. Cynic's op is still definitely up. They've completely lost any control towards this side of the map for the Gaimin Gladiators. They're going to try and battle in towards mid, but this could be dangerous. With Window now exposed, they're going to have to give a lot of focus towards it. You can see Cynic's posted up, trying to lure somebody in, and Jota right at the front is going to take his first kill and be able to withdraw without being traded. The spacing's not good here for the Gladiators. They've been shut down, and now they're going to isolate out these players as well. Cynic does find that first kill, but how much further can they get? This is so tough. Oh, that's awkward.
Whew. Turtle should have had that, honestly. I mean, Cynic was really exposed, but that's a heck of a shot for him to recover. Now, they're not going to expect that at all. Another player coming from Snake, and there goes Cynic. Only George left standing, but he has the bomb. He slipped on through the cracks. There's a free plant at the B side, and even the A side. He's easily going to get a plant.
They're going to know this, though.
Yeah, that's actually true, because Donut.
They've got that space. They push in towards Donut. I don't know if they actually saw the player slip through mid, but the process of elimination tells you he's got to have worked his way in the back here somehow.
Maybe they'll think he can sneak through A main, too.
He's going to give this audio cue in a moment. Tries to plant, is theoretically safe on it, but Exit's just going to chase, knowing where the player is, knowing where he has to be, and bringing that kill through. 7 rounds in a row for MIBR.
Sorry, Mike. Yeah, no, that was a really good post up there in Donut. Great decision made by MIBR. And yeah, like you said, 7 in a row for them. Gaimin Gladiators back onto the pistols once more. And this is what happens on Ancient, which is why I was saying you need those T-side rounds fast and early, as the Gaimin Gladiators did get 3. Maybe they can find that 4th. But MIBR really coming on strong, playing an aggressive game, especially here out of Jaguar. Jota's already pushed out. He's got mid control along with Exit, and the Gaimin Gladiators do have that AK, Hero AK bought up in George's hands. I think he's going to be joining them in just a few moments as they're looking to clear out some space for him to charge on forward. And there's the utility thrown into Cave. Chelo's exposed, but he still manages to recover there. A bit of a sloppy spray at the beginning, but gets the headshot on Carson at the end. Great flash being thrown here by him. It was, but it's Glassy to find that opener exit, and Joe to get a couple. Gaimin Gladiators don't look now, but they have control of this site, although it's very, very precarious.
Classy up close, though. Woody's not going to clear this. He doesn't expect him to be so far forward.
Oh, no.
Oh, Classy's thinking about the knife. Thought about it. Decided better. Could have gotten the knife. Would have had it, but now it's going to be up to Classy to pull off the clutch. Maybe the knife would have saved that extra 5 bullets. See if it comes back to cost him. He's got the first player, now down to 12 in the magazine, but the bomb to play off of. There's the tap, there's the check, and he doesn't need them at all. A 4K for Classy to deliver a 4th round here for the Gaimin Gladiators.
He really had to rein himself in not to go for that knife. You could feel he's like, I really want to go for it, but yeah. I love the position that he managed to gain, you know, pushed up all the way there towards CT. No idea MIBR had that he was in that position. And as a result, that all-important 4th round does come through on their T side. MIBR still have plenty of cash, though, and they're going to get a full-on buy-up once more. And they are going to favor the op this time. Looking into A main. That is in Woody's hands. Could have an off-the-off duel, as Cynic is leaning that direction as well. But Gaimin Gladiators look like they're going to try and play off of an opening pick. And Turtle, once more aggressive down that B ramp, forces Glacia back and deals a lot of damage to him, taking him down to 38. Here comes a Molotov. That's a good one thrown into the cubby outside of those B doors. And Jota's going to have to reposition himself towards Cave. And Exit finds Bell.
Over it.
Carson with a headshot. Yeah, that was nice.
That's clever. I like this. Exit even getting that first kill as well. I mean, they weren't expecting that boost. It doesn't work. It doesn't get them more, but I like the idea. You don't see a lot of teams go for that boost. At least I haven't. Window peek, ever dangerous, but offsetting it by just a bit. Yeah, it's kind of that ideal boost where you really know where your opponent's going to be. It's such a bottleneck on the other side, and they're so likely to have their crosshair focused on the initial window peek that you're going to have that split second of advantage.
I think the only risk is you have to isolate double doors before you go for that boost, which is what they did.
Now they just fall back. MIBR content to play with the time with only 25 seconds here. This is going to end B. It has to. Molotov in towards the cave could shut them down. Could end it all. There's one more molly, but it's all the way on the other side of the map, so it's going to be about the guns now. Here comes the peek. Nice shot from George. Nice entry. Flashbang's effective as well. They've isolated a player. Turtle can't get away. He's fortunate to even get one there, to be quite frank. And that volley, it's not quite on the side of the bomb land. Down it goes, and suddenly it's all fallen to ruin here for MIBR.
Classy has to be careful. He almost died in that Molotov. Goes down to 14, but MIBR, they can go for this. There's no question. They've got the money, and they absolutely will. Woody peeking in. If he finds Classia, that's good for them. Will they expect Cynic to be there as well as another question. They don't have a smoke to get guys off cave. Oh, Classia gets the headshot all up to exit now, and I think he's going to try and find a frag here and duck and cover. There's Jasmine down. He sees the op, grabs it, and we'll be going for the save. So, good job by the Gaimin Gladiators. Now they are up to 5. That's a very nice take of B.
And I mean, 5 rounds on Ancient?
It's great.
Playing with house money at this point. Plenty of that money is available for MIBR, but it's 2 rounds in a row. Given on up, and they'd very much like to change that, get things going back in their favor, because, as we've seen, collapses do happen. Once the Gladiators identify some weaknesses that they can exploit, could continue to pounce. I want the mid fight again, but look at all of this utility dumped in. So much spent from the CT side already. They have no Molotovs, John. They have one nade. They devoted so much util to that elbow position. And we're 30 seconds in a round. What do they have to show for it? Here comes the play. Here comes the hit into a. Now they need to get it done with the guns because they don't have the nades.
But the crossfire is great. Look at Exit and Joe to go. They got 3 frags combined, and Chelo chips in to drop Classia, leaving only Cynic. It looked like the gap was there, but MIBR around the smokes played it well, and, well, Gaimin Gladiators will be dropped. So a little bit scary. A lot of utility expended, like you mentioned, Mike, to go for that mid control. But at the end of the day, it does pay off at the very least.
Yeah. Bold info hop to go for at the end there when you have 3 points of health.
Yes.
But doesn't work. So, MIBR with an answer. A shot down towards A. Gaimin Gladiators tried to accelerate the pace towards the opposite side of the map, right? They've been getting in towards B. They've been having success there. Maybe throw the change-up pitch, catch them off guard. Well, not so much. They were held and ready. A little bit of aggression in towards mid. Jota making it work for 1, but only 1. 1.5, to be fair.
Yeah.
Still, though, it's a good trade for the Gaimin Gladiators.
George was thinking about going into Donut, but backed off of it and throws a Molotov deep into Red Room. So that Donut position is still a risk here, and they're going to try and get up Snake. This is the wrong plan. It's a double setup, 2-man setup here for MIBR. Chelo gets 1, so does Woody, and then Chelo drops his second. It's all up to Classia. He does get Turtle, but he's only got a MAC 10. Long range, and it works against Chelo. That is not an engagement that Chelo should have lost. He did play well in the early goings this round, so can't really knock him too much, but that was costly as Classia now upgrades to the A1S. Only 15 HP left and still has to go and recover the bomb, but MIBR are going to give it to him at this point because they are separated from each other, Mike.
Another Classia clutch. On the card, certainly the comms are here. Woody out to just the USP.
Oh, timing's good.
Classia's gotten around. Might be a little bit of misinformation. He might be getting this one for free. Isolates the player, and there it is. Now he's got the site. Now he's got the bomb plant. Now he's got all the time in the world as well to set up and post. And he's got the AWP. So the health's no longer a major concern. It's going to be a long rotation for exit. Classia could pull off another one here. These massive rounds propelling his team into round wins that they so desperately need. That they crave. Completely rerouting. I love this.
This smoke is going to be really helpful.
But Exit's not going to jump on it immediately. He wanted to bait a response. If he waits too long, now posted, he's going to have to cross the op just to get in. And there's the shot. Classia has it. A master again. Another 4K. Another clutch for the man.
Oh, man. Chelo's kicking himself right now because he honestly should have had that frag against Classia, and then this happens again. He's really been good at that B site again, kind of slipping through the cracks towards long B, catching off a player on the flank. And that's, yeah, a 4K again. Same situation as before. A 6th round on the board for the Gaimin Gladiators, heading to the 50th and final round of this half. That is an excellent scoreline if you're GG right now. Alrighty. Well, A1Ss for MIBR. No op once more. And they were really successful with the rifles in the early goings of this half. So they're going back to that. Not by choice, of course, because they couldn't afford the op. George. Gonna be walking through here. Gaimin Gladiators want to go for this quick A pop once more. The smokes are good. They're charging on through. Gotta be careful of Catacombs. Jota gets one. Not a second, though. That's Carson finding him. And George jumps on top of the box to find himself a second in the round and give his team the man advantage.
Messy, messy, messy. But it works. Lots of smokes committed. Double smokes in some angles. And now they're sitting. So they don't get the bomb down with the smoke still up. And they don't have util here. That's going to leave them exposed. It's always risky trying to plant this bomb in A. Doesn't matter if you have the man advantage. There's only so many angles you can look. And then trying to wait to let time run off this clock to give them a chance to get another pick. But right now, MIBR is not biting. As I say that, though, Turtle's creeping forward. He might be. Uh-oh. This would be the blunder. They've isolated themselves. They've not given themselves a chance to fight together. And he thinks the site's clear. They've hidden for so long that he thinks this is coming towards B. Yeah, they have no idea.
Patience.
MIBR have completely faked themselves out of this. But he's coming back through at just the right time, but it doesn't matter now. Cynic's here and ready. The spot was in, and now it's all on to chelo to pull off a clutch. This would have been a viable fight in the 2-on-3. But they gave up the site. They gave up the angle. They overthought it once again, and now they get nothing out of it. We'll come back after this quick break.
All right, and we're back here with the Gaimin Gladiators up against MIBR. Gaimin Gladiators putting on a clinic in that last round. So we'll talk about it after this, though, because looks like it's going to be a quick push by MIBR in towards this A site. George gets one, Bell another, but Jota and Woody do respond to find a couple of their own, and now they are going to back off of A. They realize the rotations come through for the Gaimin Gladiators, so they slow up the pace and might rotate to a free and clear B site unless the Gaimin Gladiators adjust. And it looks like Jasmine's going to do exactly that, heading on over. But yeah, a moment to talk here. That was such good poise and patience from the Gaimin Gladiators, something we would have never seen, I think, last season. They were much more fast and furious style of play. Just a very big brain move to wait 3 players on the site and outplay MIBR. Woody's going to drop Jazz Pimp here, and that will make it a 3v2 in favor of Made in Brazil. So that's also the bomb plant that will likely come through. Cynic is rotating around. I think he's managed to slip through.
Dangerous moment there, but he gets shut down. Can't connect with the CZ. Definitely does favor that pistol in the rounds. Not gonna happen here. Great round from Woody so far. George pull off an improbable clutch. They got some big ones from Classy in the first half. They could use another. And George has started it out nicely. Excuse me there. George gaining ground, gaining space. He's going to tap with the bomb early, but do they bite? So check from the ramp. They're going to realize he's not on the bomb. No, they don't actually have full vision on it. But now they definitely know. And at this point, they could just toy with him. They could just toy with the clock. He doesn't have the kit. He doesn't have the possibility of winning this one. And Jota will put the last bullet in his head. Nicely done there from MIBR. There was a moment, though, where I watched as they were rotating, and I was thinking, why is the bomb going towards mid? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. They did that so many times on Dust, too, right?
Yep.
Didn't happen.
You're absolutely right. But luckily for them, no one was there for the Gaimin Gladiators, so the bomb was safe. But still, you know, MIBR did make a good adjustment by falling off that A site instead of trying to force the issue. And now Cynic charges through that smoke. Turtle spots him up long enough to get the shot. Jaspimp, though, from Jaguar gets Showtime. Quick charge doesn't find himself a second. Oh, just barely missed it. And luckily, I think for Woody, exit was right there to support him and take down Jaspimp. So there is the 4v3 advantage, but you can never count the Gaimin Gladiators out of a round, even with these deagles in their hands, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Certainly risky. And Classy, I mean, this guy has been on fire through the first half. Like, realistically, this 8-7 scoreline is so much due to Classy.
It really is. I mean, 8 of his 14 frags came in 2 rounds, right? And those were 2 incredibly important ones.
Mm-hmm. And here he
goes again.
Getting hot again. That Deagle striking. Exit really would like to put him down. Take that threat out of the Brazilian players' minds because they know if Classy is alive, at least there is. They're going to lose this one. And it's going to be okay. They do convert off of the pistol. And now they have a chance to build up some more rounds. Because normally you would have liked to build those up in the first half. They didn't have that luxury here. So once the guns come out, things might get very scary very quick for MIBR.
Gaimin Gladiators full on save, but they do have 4 nades. Where are they going to throw these? Probably towards the B ramp, with 3 players heading that direction. Or if they hang on to them, no, it's going to be 1 to the B ramp, 1 to A main, and really nothing connecting at all except for that bullet from Chelo's Galil towards George's head. And MIBR should be able to cruise to victory here and find themselves in 11th. Already off to, in fact, the Hobbit starting the Gaimin Gladiators. We're on their T side as Woody's going to walk in here. Cynic get taken down to 0 by Chelo, and Carson's completely exposed. That Molotov prevents him from peeking around the left side of that box, and Woody clears the right. Clasia does manage to get 1, so he continues to find a way to get these frags, but he's alone, and they're just tapping away until he finally gets deleted by Chelo, and there is, in fact, that 11th.
7-Eleven, get me a Slurpee. Haven't had one of those.
Never had one from 7-Eleven.
Never had a
Canada.
Slurpee? They're like the LG ones.
Not from 7-Eleven. I'm in Canada, right? So
yeah, that's true. That's fair. I mean, Tim Hortons isn't the equivalent. That's more like a Dunkin'. Right?
No, it's. I don't know. There's slush puppies and stuff, but I don't think that's the same thing.
What is a slush puppies?
Oh, it's wow. It's just like ice with like what's it called? A syrup, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay. I mean, that's a Slurpee.
Yeah.
That's like a Slurpee. That's the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
I still have to try a 7-Eleven. Maybe next time in the States, I'll grab one.
I mean, they're good, but like I don't know that they're going to be inherently better than any other slushie that you've had.
Okay.
You know, like
Well,
a
we'll
slushie is
see.
a slushie.
It's sugar and ice. So
Yeah, unless someone's like hand squeezing natural flavors, I don't think you're gonna get a whole lot of different, quality in slushies. I remember, so when I was in like I guess it was middle school, right? I was part of this like soccer league that played at this one specific club type thing,
Right.
and they always had slushy machines.
Oh man.
Like just a slushy machine at the buffet in the clubhouse or whatever. And that thing as a kid was the greatest.
It's the holy grail,
Greatest
right?
thing in existence. Just unlimited slushies available to you after a hot day of playing in the sun. Unlimited slushies. Big kill for Woody. Nice opener here towards A. This would be a big run to take for MIBR to make us think they can convert this map. Trade, not bad here either. But Cynic's position could be a bit cheeky if they try and get for a deeper plant. It's falling out of fashion with teams, but as the smoke fades, he's got a chance to make a play on through, and they're hesitating. They don't want to get this bomb down yet. They were hoping to make a play to get further kills, and they're not able to do so. They're faltering. Turtle was trying to catch somebody in rotation, but that's not happening at all.
Oh, that smoke's not good.
Yeah, it gives him something, though. A little bit of damage to the box isn't going to be conclusive. Still on a post fight. This is a whole lot better for Turtle and Woody now. But Gaimin Gladiators have given themselves a real chance, and so much better now as well. There's a catch one coming off of the site. It's all on to Turtle. He's got the bomb to play off of, but he's really got nothing else working for him. If he just gets smoked off, which he has been, that lineup, They don't even need to be in the lineup. They can be back around the corner. This is a freebie for the Gladiators and a kill as well. Put an exclamation mark on that round.
It was looking so good for MIBR. Reminds me of what the Gaimin Gladiators were doing, right? When they had that that nice round onto the A side, planted the bomb, and then the retake was solid, and that was the same thing in reverse now. This time the Gaimin Gladiators dealing the damage, getting that defusal, and there's the 8th round. This is when things start to get a little scary on your T side. The CTs have their economy almost under their feet at 3 AKs and 2 A1Ss, and well, MIBR is going to try and bring the fight quickly towards Gaimin Gladiators, but Carson recovers after being flashbanged to immediately headshot chelo, and a 5v4 just like that. But he's managed to slip out of the red room. Cynic's watching it, and he is ready to ensure that Woody won't take another step forward. 2-man advantage now. Jasmine playing a Jaguar, and Jota will be walking into his crosshair shortly, perhaps even Turtle as well.
Where do you even go if you're MIBR? That's a big kill. Carson getting a little antsy, trying to battle back in towards mid. Doesn't leave himself exposed to one of that information, but Cynic might just bring it back. And now Jota is so low. How do you even fight this? There's 2 players posted up. He heard the reload, but that was bait to bring him into Classia's angle. And now it's all into exit. He doesn't have control of the bomb. He doesn't have control of much of the map. I mean, there's just nothing doing here. And the bomb is in the prime defensive position for the Gaimin Gladiators, just outside of cave.
All right, my chat's yelling at me right now.
For what?
For the Slurpees and 7-Eleven in Canada. So I need to clarify. I'm in Quebec, and we do not have 7-Elevens here at all. So I should have specified that. And so maybe just when I'm in another place in Canada, I'll go to a 7-Eleven.
Good to know.
Right.
Good to know. Interesting. All right. There are, in fact, Sevies, as we called them.
Yeah.
In Canada. Good
There
to know.
You go. Well, MIBR not going to get anything out of this round, Mike. Time will tick away. And it's going to be Gaimin Gladiators taking it. Nade's going to fly through exits in a bit of a dangerous spot. He doesn't want to die after time here. Needs to bring this AK on forward, and he absolutely will. So he can drop that for his teammate. And in fact, MIBR can force up here.
They can.
It's risky.
I don't know, man. I think they need to go for it, right? This CT side, you really do not want to let it build. At this point, things are getting a little dire. You got the AK to work around. They're going to discuss things. I mean, you could just take the eco and put up some pistols around this gun, but yeah, no, they're going in. No, they're not. They'll have 2 rifles and still have a pretty healthy buy, which is also kind of great. Except they haven't been able to get much going here on the T side of Ancient, and it is very, very, very tough to do.
Alrighty, MIBR hoping that these 2 AKs are enough. And I understand the decision, right? You have everyone hovering around the 2K mark. You can still bring a couple of rifles into the round. It's not too bad. Could have been riskier. Could have gone full bore here into this one, but decided that it wasn't worth it. Exit. Peering over the tippy top of this smoke, hoping that someone's going to push her from Snake, but nothing doing here for the Gaimin Gladiators. But look at them gain this space. As I was mentioning, they don't like to sit around on the bomb sites, and they already have 2 players peering into Snake, 1 looking down that B ramp, maybe going to charge forward. No, Cynic stays a little more patient, but yeah, they already have a ton of information for themselves.
Jazz catches 1. Now, here's a little bit of it. Kind of has to fight into this, and now he's going to lose his life as a result, right? Because he left Cynic so far abandoned, and he couldn't slip back in towards Jaguar without coming around that corner. So Cynic will battle in towards Cave. Now, set himself up in the Jaguar room. Now, while Turtle retrieves that gun, Cynic hears an audio cue here. Lot of noise being given over. Can he capitalize? Can he pounce? May have missed his opportunity, but no, he's got that kill on the Turtle. Big one to find. Still, they're going to barrel in towards sight. Smokes do block this off as well. Carson will fly through. That's so bold. And it works. Transfer, not so much. But at this point, they have shut down the round. Dropped the bomb with only 20 seconds to go. Jota needs to die. Best thing he can do for his team right now. And it's what he will do.
Yeah, I mean, the two AKs didn't really yield anything except for the fact that they got handed into the Gaimin Gladiators, onto the Gaimin Gladiators side, so GG, up to 10 and only one round back of MIBR now. Here comes the full-on buy for MIBR. It's going to be AKs across the board and almost full utility, just short by one for 4 players, and Exit was missing 3 pieces of it, but I don't think they care too much. They're going to go for a quick hit here, down towards the B site. It's not working. The bomb carrier has already been dropped by Cynic, and they expend so much utility towards B that they're left with a full kit of it. chelo peek around this corner, sees a lot of action, hears it anyway, coming from Snake, and Jota does manage to open up a little bit of space for his team towards B, throws a pop flash, and another one followed up, but that Molotov is so important. In fact, Jota, unnecessarily maybe, I don't know, he might have been forced to retreat from that one, but he does burn to an itty-bitty crisp and make this one a 3v3.
At least he gets the bomb further back so his teammates can retrieve it,
Yeah.
right? That's a critical thing to think about. In that Molotov, he needed to make sure it was further back. Could have maybe yeeted it, but, you know, heat of the moment, quite literally. And now they've got A! Now they've got A. Cynic had abandoned his angle, wanted to reposition, and, well, he didn't quite realize how far Exit had crept up. Oh, timing! Timing! I think he may have spotted him literally as he pulls off. That hurts. Will go down. That Molotov should secure it. But this fight's gonna be tough. And it does seem like Carson and Jasmine are hell-bent on getting back through this.
Oh!
A second as well! Okay. All into chelo now. They've had so much trouble holding on to these in the post plants. Smoke covers it off. As well, does he have his angles? He doesn't even have the cross. He doesn't even have the cover. They're going to have this defuse on. There's nothing that he can do about it. And Jasmine was waiting for him to deliver himself to death the entire time. That was such a prime round for MIBR. That could not have really set themselves up better for it. And they just get wrecked by one silly bell.
Yeah, what a twist of fate, you know, having the man advantage going into that plant. They read it perfectly, great rotation, and then, like you said, Carson comes through and cleans the clock of 2 players in less than a second. Just what a great job from him. And now we're tied up 11-11. MIBR, after a hot start to their T side, they run into the same struggles that the Gaimin Gladiators did. That said, maybe they'll recover here, as they do have 4 AKs once more and the MAC-10 in Jota's hands. Jota going for that MAC-10 so he can get that kit of utility, which is very light for MIBR now. They're going to send 1 player in towards that B site. The other 4 are leaning into A. Is there an AFK player here, Mike? Is Jota not here? Okay, now he's back.
Moving.
He's moving around. Okay, I think he's just waiting around at the T spawn here.
He's presumably setting up some sort of PC utility.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I was worried though for a second.
No, we're fine. He's setting up the execute for his team to come on through. Flashes keep the player off the window peak, but are they going to stay focused on it? They are. Carson has been checked. He still gets that kill. He still pulls that kill through. It's a bit of a massacre here. 3-on-3 though. This is viable. Turtles gain some space. This is not something we've seen from MIBR. Guess for Turtle to do something huge here. Doesn't want to play his hand too quickly, but with only 30 seconds remaining, he's going to have to do it.
No idea.
Got Cynic for free. There's the shot. There's the play on in, and there's Jota. Now playing straight into the site, you know there's still a player on, was a risky maneuver, but it works out. MIBR finally brings through a T-side round with the guns out.
You got to take those risks sometime on T side, and that time it paid dividends for MIBR. Just the opera there. I think it was Cynic waiting on the A site. No chance to deal with Turtle, who snuck on through. He was locked into A main and just was not going to look away from that position. So nicely done for MIBR. Timeout going to be called here, perhaps by Gaimin Gladiators, to talk things over. But MIBR, that is such an important round for them to find, especially considering the Gaimin Gladiators, their economy is kind of shot. They're going to go into a forest buy, though, which is, in my opinion, quite risky because the loss bonus is only at 1900. So the next round is an automatic save.
Yeah.
There's no choice.
But the Gaimin Gladiators have never seen a forest buy that in life.
That's true. They don't go for it as often now, but still, yeah. Did Jota just walk by someone?
Oh, yep. And he knows it. And he knows it. And he knows it. He should know it.
Yeah, I hope
But
so.
he's going to try and take advantage of the position. He's coming to his teammates. He's like, all right, guys, don't do anything. They have no idea. They have no clue I'm here. This is going to be a really interesting round. He had a kill for free, and he knows it. But he opted to forgo that kill to work his way all the way around and pinch in towards B. Now he's got Cynic at the right. He's going to go check to make sure that it's not clear back here by the steps. Oh, okay. It's clear. Where else can he spot players? No one's here.
Look at the discipline.
All right, so he's like, all right, just come on the left side. Get this kill. Ah! Can't flub it. And he doesn't. It's always the kills that get away from you, right? Now the bomb goes down. They got these players corralled in. Utility even to make life difficult. Classic's going to go through this, which is bold. But he felt like he had to make a bold play to give him a chance at the round. And, well, there really shouldn't be a whole lot more doing here.
Oh, okay. Carson gets one on Jota, so maybe he'll be able to keep the A1S into the next round. Jazz Pimps waiting in Jaguar. But yeah, MIBR have this. It will be a 13th.
What a baller play from Jota,
I mean, yeah, I was going to talk about it. I mean, just the fact that he just charges up mid through a smoke and slips through the cracks. Two players, in fact, were in that position and didn't spot him out. And you're right, Mike. I'm pretty sure he calmed out and said, whoa, hold the phone, guys. Let's see what I can find slipping on through here onto the flank. And he clears out so many positions. The trigger discipline, it's hard to have that much discipline when you're in the moment. You're like, oh God, do I fire now? Do I wait? But no, he is just perfectly patient, realizes the situation that he's in, clears everything out, and then finds the frag. Although it did get a bit scary, right, when he was trying to go for that spray down, but he does connect on it, and then MIBR cleared right on through to make sure that that 13th would never be in doubt. At least Carson saved the A1S and Jazz with the MP9. That's not the way they wanted that previous round to go.
He's going to do it again.
Oh my gosh.
This time he's like, I don't know if I can play it all the way around like I did. Get this rest kill. And it's a clean round for MIBR. So they spent so long getting nothing going on their T side, and then they just look decisive for 3 in a row. Admittedly, only one of those with the full rifles up. But the Gaimin Gladiators unable to build that economy. They're going to be betting the house on this one again. And if they lose this, that's series point given over. So this could be it. There's 2 SMGs out. Another UMP for George.
This is the result of that forest buy. That probably shouldn't have happened.
It certainly is. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be painful. Potentially an early duel. They're looking for it, and they get it. Jazz Pimp just holding the line, just spamming through. Catches Turtle, trying to be a bit cheeky outside of Jaguar.
Jota's up to 24. He seems to have snuck up there, right? I mean, just playing really well. And a quiet 24 frags, I guess it is. But aside from that nice little flank that he charged on through for a couple of rounds ago, he's going to move his way up to Jaguar. He's got 3 players with him. The bomb is not with them, though. That's still over at elbow. And you have to imagine that Woody's going to go and grab that soon. He just wanted to hold the angle into Red Room with the AWP and see if he could spot one out. Doesn't get it, and there you go. He's going to fall back, grab the bomb, and join the push towards the B site, which appears to be the best play at this point. One point of interest here is, as you're watching Exit, over at A main, lurking in that position. If he can pop out here and make some noise, find a frag, then that will clear a better path for MIBR towards the B site. I'm just going to go for it, I think.
Yeah, the numbers are here as well, so this is going to be tricky. Now you can't make something happen. Exit's going to be so late into this flank. All right, you just can't wait. 20 seconds. You can't wait for him to do something on the other side of the map. It's like, guys, A's clear. A's clear. It doesn't matter. You can't respond and react. Everybody's here for the Gaimin Gladiators because they recognize the scenario. They recognize the situation, and Classy hasn't revealed himself yet. So now he does. Nice shot in. Another one coming through, out of bullets, but that's going to be the massacre. And there is nothing Exit can do about this. He played his hand way too slow. And I don't think he got an exit money on that one. I think he got clocked after time.
He still has enough to buy, but I think you're right.
I don't understand. If at some point you gotta have the clock awareness to be like, this may be a brilliant play, but if I don't do it 10 seconds earlier, my team can't do anything with it.
It was the right idea, just the timing was completely off, whether it be the utility being thrown maybe a little too early or exit coming in too late. I think it's just exit too late. He should have charged out there and tried to find a frag earlier than that. And the clock ran out on them. And that's been a problem for MIBR as of late. At least it didn't show itself too much today, but that's a costly one to lose when they really could have had Gaimin Gladiators on the ropes.
They've
All right,
detected
Jas.
the weakness. They're finding the right lesson from this, and Turtle getting that kill could be
Yes.
huge because now they've just found A for free, right? Last round they were playing 2 in towards Donut and no presence on the site or back of site, and they've done it again here. So now this might be the bomb in. Carson, though, he's ahead of it. I think he was spotted. Yeah, they're responding. They're reacting.
they know.
Massive bolt peek from Jota. But the problem is 2 of their players are on the other side of the map. They need those reinforcements to come through. They need to find some sort of impact for them. This long, late developing lurk does you no good if you drop the bomb on site in the meantime. This could be a big play, though. Woody through the middle. Now they're just leaving chelo as a bit of a fake, it seems, and maybe rotating the bomb back. But why is it coming back through? Exit. What's the plan? Why are you still in A main? What are they doing? There are 3 completely isolated players, and I still have no idea where they intend to play at this bomb. And there's 30 seconds remaining.
What's happening?
You don't get bonus points for taking every site at once.
And now they're getting back to B. This is so risky. What he gets to?
You don't have the site, though. They don't have B. Now they're running back to A because they've got mid. What is happening? Woody's going to die here. He's been pinched. So it's going to be a 1-on-2 where Exit still has to play at the dang bomb. Admittedly, Gaimin Gladiators have no idea where this bomb is.
No.
Because I don't have any idea where this bomb is. What is happening in this round? Now Exit has a chance at a clutch, and all will be forgiven if he pulls off this clutch. But what on earth? I just want to know what the calls were and the sequence of calls from MIBR because I am wrapping my head around this one. All right. Can he pull it off, John? Can he pull it off? It's all for naught. Unless he doesn't shoot so good. That's going to be a defuse on, and that is going to be the Gaimin Gladiators taking round 13. An absolutely madcap round from MIBR. The mind it boggles.
I kind of wish I could have had the comms there.
Dude, yeah, and a knowledge of Portuguese.
Yes, that too. That would help. But still, I feel like it was chaotic. It had to be because everyone's just going all over the map. They don't look coordinated at all. Just everyone trying to take different spots. And
there's 30 seconds on the board. You've got 3 players. Each one is in a completely isolated position where they can't play off of each other. Like, what? What was your objective?
Exactly.
Did they know?
I don't think they did. I don't think they knew either. But let's see if they can recover here into this round. Gaimin Gladiators chipping away. It was 14-11. Looks like MIBR were going to close this one out. But now, Gaimin Gladiators a chance to get a stranglehold here. Jaspimp spots out the boost. Turtle almost gets spammed down there. He's lucky to get away with only 11 points of damage taken. And now Jaspimp, well, he's pretty comfortable here in Jaguar. We'll throw a deep smoke, and that will isolate the MIBR players behind it for the time being. But some crazy swings coming in this one. Mistakes definitely being made on the MIBR side. Just very uncoordinated executions here on their T side over the last 2 rounds.
Opening pick, though, that does embolden this MIBR side, right? We saw this again. When they lose those opening picks, life is just a lot rougher. Oh, the lineup! Trade there. Had to get that trade. It had to happen, and it does indeed. Now, Cynic's forced off the angle. This does represent an opportunity, but they've lurked the player through mid again. And this time, there's 30 seconds on the clock. They're rotating. Oh, my goodness. They like to flirt
They do
with this
have
clock.
it now.
This time they have time. This time they have control. This time they have a huge kill as well. But now it's kind of interesting that Jota's given up all of that forward positioning because he has to clear Donut, right? Because his teammates aren't there. They don't have that knowledge. So he had such a deep angle, such a deep spot to deal with these 2 players. And they don't want to hold on to it. It's going to be a really tough retake, though, for the Gaimin Gladiators. They got nothing working for them. They don't even have a smoke for that bomb. Here's my question, though. I've got one more question just occurred to me, John. All right. So this round, it's going to be a save, so it works out. But if you spend all that time sending Jota in towards Donut, and he's already cleared CT and the back of site, why are you planting safe from Donut? plant open?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because he worked his way all the way through mid. He kills the mid
Yeah.
player. He clears out everything, and then he goes into donut. I don't know why they're not planning in the middle of the site in that instance, giving themselves a prime chance. Because we've seen a couple of plays where somebody's stuck in donut at the end or in towards A main, and they don't have an angle on the bomb.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It gives you way more sight lines if you plant in the open, especially considering they've been clearing everything else. But I think it's just scary planting on the A site in general, right?
Yeah, it's terrifying. There's so many angles you can die to. But they had the info. Oh, Woody, little carefree about that particular rotation. He is eventually going to get checked.
Yeah, that's so very careless there on Woody's part as the offer goes down here for MIBR. Cynic dealing the killing blow. Turtle is still here. Jazz Pimp's waiting for it. He's got the smoke in his hands. He wanted to throw that as soon as he got information, but instead decides to back off. They have the man advantage. Don't really need to play too aggressively here. As you do see Carson with a potential engagement with Jota, but the smoke thrown by his own team will guys off the position of Jota, who could sneak past Classy for the third time.
So cheeky.
He could get it on a flank here. This is huge for MIBR.
Classy is watching it, though. Fade, and he looks away. Timing is brutal there. That's a huge kill to find. Once again, bisects the defense. Jota has been such a huge part of their success here. But this is another one of those rounds where he found the forward position. He gives it up to the tune of another kill. Fair play. You survived with 1 HP. That wasn't a Famas on the other side. Don't know that you would have had that luck, but you take those. You certainly do take those. Looks like they're going to mass for a B hit. They've got no presence anywhere else. They have put the doubt in Gaimin's minds that a flank could be coming through. Push through mid.
Perfect timing right now for them.
Oh, this slip in towards the cubby, though, for Jazz Pimp. They're going to clear it. They have to clear it.
Yeah.
But they don't clear it. And there it goes. Trade is fine. Molotov deep. This bomb can be planted. This is a prime post plant. Even trying to make the bold play is Cynic, and he gets his bell rung. It's all on to George now. Yeeting himself in with a UMP. Trying to get something, anything as an upgrade, and it's all over. There we go. MIBR take it in 2, but holy cow, did they do it the hard way. There were so many battles of rounds, and you talked about it. This Gaimin Gladiators team are always going to give you a run for their money, and they did it again.
Yeah, they're